Hello, good day everyone, how are you all? I hope you're doing great and well, welcome to a new video. And this time we're going to do a small tutorial on how a bubble elevator works. It seems like many of you don't quite understand how this mechanic works, which isn't a bad thing, it just means there are quite a few people starting to play now and don't understand how this works. And for this, I'd like to divide this video into two parts. The first, to explain how water works, and the second, to explain how the elevator works. It's practically the same, but I think it would be good to explain the water mechanics first, so let's get started. If we come here and make a small glass corridor, you'll clearly see that the water splits into two possibilities. The first is where the bucket is, which would be the source block, boom, and the second is the flowing water. This is the source block, because I can take the bucket from here. In fact, if I take an empty one, okay? If I take an empty one, I can take it from here, put it here, and yet I can take it from here. See how there's water here, but it's not really the source? Well, the bubble elevator is based on that same mechanic. If we now put this vertically instead of horizontally, the same thing will happen. If I put a bucket of water here, boom. This block here, this is the source block. But if I try to take the water here, no, I can't take the water. Why? Because this is not a source block. So now, the bubble elevator requires soul sand. There we have it. To work, in fact, the elevator requires you to place the soul sand at the very bottom. We would replace this block with soul sand. This should push you up, but it doesn't work. Why? Because these are not source blocks. For this, we have two options. One is to manually put water here, 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 and here, and it will start to lift me. There you have it. See how it works? Or the other option is the following. If I put the bucket of water here again, the others, this one becomes a source, and these are not sources. How can I make the blocks source without placing them one by one? Using kelp, which is why I grabbed it here. So, if we go down here, in this block, we place kelp and all the blocks have become source blocks. In fact, I don't know why it let me place it on the soul sand. I thought it wasn't possible, but you're seeing that it is. I think in other versions it's not possible. Did you see? That's it. That's the typical function. Now, if we take signs, there we have some signs. I'll put, for example, remove this, and put glass here, and put the signs here, there, and there. The water doesn't come out anymore, and now we could enter and our elevator is complete. Is that easy? I hope you've understood the mechanic. For example, if I now take and put a zombie here, whatever the entity, in fact I do this for my zombie farms, I'll put zombie eggs, which are these, correct? If I spawn them here, you're seeing that the bubble column pushes the zombies up. You're seeing it, right? There it is. If, for example, you want to make the elevator go down, it's the same but with magma blocks. We remove this and put a magma block, and there it is, see? What it does is suck downwards. Now we have the same elevator, but it pulls you down. Look, I'm not touching anything. If I stand here, it pulls me down itself. And that's how a bubble elevator works. We put soul sand and go up. And well, I hope I've cleared up many of your doubts. You're already seeing that a bubble elevator is the easiest thing to make. You've already seen how it works. You need all blocks to be water blocks. Flowing water doesn't count. And that's it, nothing more. I'll say goodbye here. I'll make more tutorials on simple things like this. For any questions, suggestions, or comments, you know you have the box below, and we'll see each other in the next video. Bye bye.